guys. Hola. I'm going to do a weekend energy for you guys, okay? Okay? Okay. 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 I'll get my charger. I tell ya, I don't know what's up with the... I used to say the whole, like, KK thing for shits and giggles, and now it's like, it effing stuck with me. So, KK. Go plug this in. I'll go plug this in right here. Let's find out what we're dealing with. What we're dealing with. What we're dealing with. What are we dealing with? Some more bullshit, I'm sure. So, about to find out, right? Okay. All right. Look at this. Like, peekaboo. I was doing that at the baby shower. I'm like, peekaboo. Freaking kids were dying laughing. They were dying laughing. All right, how do I turn you up? How do I turn up the brightness on a laptop? I freaking don't know how to use my laptop. I got a brand new phone, what, like 3 weeks ago? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What did I just do? What did I just do there? Holy sh... Okay, that's better. Thanks. I am cute, aren't I? I am cute and I am happy. I just want to learn how to, like... I legitimately just need to know how to turn the screen on, like, brighter. It's so aggravating. That's not it. I don't know what that is. This cannot be this complicated. Like the home button. What about like on my screen itself? Oh, look at. Yay! On my keypad, I did it. Wait, where'd you guys go? Oh, woo-wee, woo-wee. Did I just brighten up? Can you tell if I brighten it up on like your end? Yeah, I brightened up. I gotta turn this down a notch. I gotta turn it down a notch. I need a water. You know what? Something in my fridge needs to be cleaned out, but I'm not driving later, so I'm actually gonna have a salsa water. Oh, not salsa water. I don't know. What are those? What do you call those? A salsa drink? I don't know, but I'm not driving, so cheers. So, let's see what we're working with. We're gonna see how our week looks. I'm not gonna read the cards and be like, oh, so and so, and I think this is what's going on with this, and yada yada. Nah, I'm gonna tell you the energy. Okay, we're gonna start working with energy. So, a good week, please. I hope so. I feel like you're so far away from me. I hope it's a good week. I love this weather. I didn't break my boots out yet, though. These boots were made for walking, and that's just what I'll do. Whose bed have your boots been under? I love a little Shania. Is the music too loud over there? Because it's behind. It's behind you. What time am I playing today? What tunes are you playing? You know what time right now? All I want to do is a zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Just shake your rump. I don't even know why this is playing. I don't even have like an old school station on. I have freestyle again. I didn't change it. But that's legitimately what's on. Can you hear it? Check, baby, 1, 2. Check, baby, 1. Holy crap. Can you guys hear it? Barely. I can try. I don't want to turn up a notch. I don't want the music to overpower court. So I should turn it up a little bit. Okay. All right. You guys win. I'll just bring it a little closer. You know what? I'll just unplug it. I'll bring it closer. Is that too loud? Can you hear it before I start? Boom, boom. I got on freestyle. This is not freestyle. But anywho, apparently they mixed it up for you. Okay? All I want to do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. What are we all in Sag energy? Saturday mood, right? All right, what are we doing? What are we working with? How are we gonna do this? Yo? So listen, before I start, I'm not even gonna look at that real quick, okay? You know, for those who have been watching me for a long time and my energy is a little different, guys, it's all good. All right. Some people are like, oh, holy F-bombs. You know, someday Court's going to be super compassionate. Some days I'm going to cry because I'm a freaking crybaby and I see something and I get all sensitive and yada, yada. All right. Some days I'm just going to be like, blah. Or some days I'm going to be like, F this, blah, blah, blah. All right. Like, if you can't work with my energy and accept that people's energy bounces like that, then I'm super sorry. I really feel bad because I love you guys. And I know for those who have been watching me from the beginning, you know, it wasn't really like that for me. I mean, it was here and there because, you know, I'm a swearer. All right. But that's who I am. I'm not going to change. I can be very professional, but I can be very goofy. I can be a lot of things. Okay. But it's who I am. It's not, oh, I'm going to portray this person today. Or, you know, I got to watch my mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm incredibly sorry for those who have a hard time with that. But I'm telling you, I am who I am. And this is why I am who I am. So I'm really sorry. You know, I do feel bad. But court swears. And if court was to just be like, well, you know, this looks like, you know, not like the best situation. And I really don't think you should go for this one because I don't know what you're going to get yourself into. Fuck that. Don't fucking do that. That would be stupid. Okay? So you're going to get what you get from me because I am who I am. And that's what you appreciate. So for those who can't deal and tolerate my energy all the time, I'm incredibly sorry. I love you. And I guess that's all I can say about it. You know, I work with energy. Okay? You should be fortunate that there's readers like me out here that show you who they are and how energy works. Okay? So, I love all of you. Okay? So, cheers to that too. Okay? And here I am cursing, and now you got a tarot reader drinking. But I would never come on here like that ever and do that. All right. I wouldn't read cards if that was the case. I wouldn't put myself in that position. That would be silly. All right. So anywhoozy. All right. I was thinking about just put my hair up for a minute, but I'll leave it down. So let's see what we're working with energy for the week, okay? So we have some distance. So I don't know if you're going to distance yourself from people or, you know, there's going to be a particular friend or a family member or, you know, some people are traveling for holidays or whatnot because, you know, maybe it's somebody's birthday or maybe you're going to go surprise somebody, you know, it could be that type of scenario. Whatever I want you to do this weekend, I really want you to just kind of like allow your heart and soul to thrive. Okay, it needs to thrive right now. So please let it thrive. Okay, super important. right. Everyone's energy is obviously going to be, it's kind of according to your zodiac as well. But in all reality, like, you really should be like with Scorp energy, Libra energy. I need you guys to understand that too, because that's the energy. All right. And depending on where your planets are in your chat, you know, that's how you're gonna vibe with that too. All right. You're still gonna have the same personality because of who you are, but your energy might be off. All right. Or your energy might be this or that or this. A little bit of this or a little bit of that. Okay. Am I going out today? I'm going out later. I just got back from a baby shower. I posted a picture on Instagram. She's having twinsies, 2 little boys. So excited. So excited. I can't wait. Could you imagine? Like, I know, like, I was supposed to have twins, but my generation, I didn't. So chances are my daughters will, or my son. But I'm like, nah. I always thought it'd be like, oh yeah, twins is gonna be cool. Like, no, that's double basketball fee. That's double hockey fee. Like, that's double the car. That's like, whoa. No, I stress out in October. I don't really stress out, but I'm like 2 birthdays, and then you got August, you got back to school clothes, you got school supplies, and I got 4 kids. Okay. So it's like, whoa, it's had enough in August for me in December. Never mind all the other months. I couldn't even imagine. Like, nope. My cat just took a shit. Sorry. Do we not know how to wipe? No, apparently they don't know how to wipe. What are you thinking? But I just, oh my gosh. God bless her. All right. Could you know what it's like to be a ma and you stress out or you're emotional? You got one baby crying, you got another baby crying. Like, whoa. And her hubby's in the military. So it's like, and all her family's other places, so it's like her friends are going to have to really step in. All right. But any hoozy. So, like I said, I don't know, we got some of you might feel sad with some energy when it comes to love, and others might be meeting a new love. A lot of you should be feeling fulfilled right now, though, especially if you're traveling, especially if you're following your soul, especially if you're thriving. I know it's going to be a week of decisions for you. I don't know what type of decisions, but I know you're going to be dealing with decisions too. Okay. Decision making, that kind of energy. So just, go after what it is you really love, like person, place, a thing, job, all right, a drink, a piece of freaking cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, like, you're drawn to, go after that. All right. Just looking at one of these photos over here, and I never really realized it, but like in its window, it's like an old room. Okay. In an old building. It's like really messy. Like, it's been abandoned for like years. It's like in Paris, early 1800s. And I just see this like really old chair. I don't know. Maybe you guys are going to go vintage shopping or something, or, some of you might even be reminiscing this week or having some dreams of past lives, or, I mean, this is early 1800s, early 1900s. We got 2 different windows and 2 different things. It's so nuts. You know how, like, back in the day, it's not in this photo, but back in the day how the iron workers would sit like on the iron things, like in the skyscrapers, and they would just sit there and eat their sandwich like nothing. All right. It's like that era too. All right. But I think a lot of it is just going to be dreamy energy. Okay. Because that really just stood out. And it's funny because you guys actually comment a lot when that photo is in my background. Somebody always has something to say, and it's always different aspects of that particular photo. I didn't realize there was so much detail to that one photo. So, yeah, the Chariot. So it's kind of like, well, the Chariot doesn't even matter. All right. This is go energy. This is grabbing a hold of, like I said, whatever you're thriving off of right now, like go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's a piece of freaking cake and you're on a diet, don't deprive yourself of stuff like that. Okay. I'm not saying it's going to say stupid stuff, but like, don't deprive yourself of anything right now, because that can come back and backfire. All right. Because I know for a damn fact that the energy is heavy right now. But it's not a bad heavy. It's what you make of it. Okay. It's really what you make of it. And I know a lot of you are going to have this new feeling with somebody, whether it's new, whether it's a job, it's a family member. Okay. Um, some of you are more or less like, some of you right now are stuck. All right. But it's totally mental. So I want you to get out of that. You know, you're a very just person. So you're kind of being stubborn on that aspect of it, because you're not seeing somebody else's side of the situation. Okay. So, you know, you're going to be confronted with that type of energy too. Okay. And you're really going to want to look at two sides of the scenario when it comes to whatever this is that you may feel like it's either forced upon you, or you feel like you need to force something upon someone, or this could be, you know, punishing the kids and sticking to it, you know, and making sure, you know, it's fair. And your child might not think it's fair, but in all reality, if you're like in a rage, and you know, your punishment could be a little harsh. So I'm not saying be gentle or be a sucker, but be reasonable. Okay, because it's sensitive energy right now for everybody. So you have to consider that type of stuff too when it comes to children, family members, lovers, animals, that kind of stuff. Okay. I'm not saying be like, just let shit slide, but I'm just saying just be just with what you do this week. Okay. Um, you just a lot of sensitivity, but a lot of happiness too. I don't know what this decision is going to be, but one of these things too, where I'm talking about like this whole be just with this decision too, be practical. Um, a lot of you are trying to just seek your own fulfillment right now. And what this is saying to me is speak your own fulfillment. Don't worry about anybody else's fulfillment this week besides yours. Your energy is key right now too. Okay. I think some of you are hanging out with people you definitely should not be hanging out with, but maybe that will end up being a decision for you. I think that energy might be a little bit of an issue this week. There might be some, you know, some arguments with friends. I'm not really seeing like, you know, a big deal, but trust might play a factor. All right. Some of you just know. Here's the deal. I want to grab a different deck. Some of you just know who your person is, and that's all good. Okay. But I think because you know who your person is, you know, you're not seeking like, you're not seeking other things. So it's kind of like you're fixated on one situation more than the other. All right. And that's, don't do that. Okay. Take care of you, worry about you in your scenario. Okay. Try not to get yourself involved with too much of what's going on with your friends either. Only because you don't want to be put in the position and of where, you know, it can backfire just having a conversation, or someone doesn't like your opinion. People are very sensitive this week. Okay. Your friends might be a little more rigid than you are, or vice versa. When it comes to whatever this is, that either it could even be a friend that's dealing with something, you're dealing with something. I mean, there's definitely love here. Okay. I mean, there's no question, you know, there's something going on with love. And I think if anything, you need to stand your ground with this person. I don't see argumentative energy anywhere. I just think it's important to consider how other people feel this week. Okay. There's definitely travel, whether it's work or, you know, booking a vacation to go home for the holidays, that type of stuff. If you're dealing with, you know, I'm gonna put it this way: if you're dealing with an unjust situation, and as long as you're being true to who you are, why is Michael Jackson on freestyle right now? This is so bizarre. Just be careful, like with any decisions. Just make sure your decisions are fair, okay? And you're speaking the truth too, okay? I mean, that's the biggest thing they're really stressing with this energy. You know, is fair. And I know it sounds crazy because it's kind of like, well, I hate when I do that. Like, it's not fair. Like, boo-hoo court when I do shit like that. It's like I hate that word even coming out of my mouth anymore. And it's like one thing I teach the kids too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that I don't do the whole phrase like, well, life's not fair. I mean, I've done that and I've said that. But it's like, don't play victim. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at both sides of the story. Like, it'd be more beneficial for you so it's less argumentative if there's argumentative energy, okay? Because there's some, so just don't put yourself in that situation. Just, it's not even about being the bigger person and pushing through. It's you, okay? Taking care of your own situation. This whole I feel entrapped type thing, okay? I will tell you, people who, tell me about the 8, people who are in prison, some might be getting out of prison, okay? But I don't know if they're coming. I don't know if they're coming your way, or that there's something there too for those who are in jail, prison. Clear as day right here. There's some people that are locked up and they're going in front of the judge. But as long as they tell the truth, like I said, it's that energy, okay? Which would actually make a lot of sense because the sun's still in Libra. I didn't even think about that. But the way this is bunched together, this is what this is. Like somebody's looking, either going in front of the judge, has to do with like jail time or something. As long, I'm telling you, this energy, as long as you're truthful with how you feel, no matter what situation you're in, what scenario you're in, it can pan out, okay? Because I don't see anything unjust. I mean, if there's something unjust going on with like court or something like that, then, you know, so like that's a different scenario. But if you're pleading your case when it comes to anything like that, just speak the truth, you know, like people make mistakes. I guess it depends on what crime you committed, but I mean, people make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you're going to have a fair judge here. Just, and, you know, I really truly believe, you know, if you speak from the truth, I mean, spirit's got your back too. You know what I'm saying? If you're meant to go to prison, you're meant to go to prison, because trust me, spirit can get you out of any situation. All right. And they can get you in a lot of situations you don't want to be in either. All right. But, the whole travel, you know, the travel's strong too. So that's good. It could just be, like I said, booking flights, that kind of stuff. You already know who this person is that might be approaching you in this situation. I think right now you need to cut out any bullshit that no longer serves you. Okay. I think a lot of you have been dealing with karmic situations anyway. And I think because of that, you have a little bit of lack of self-esteem, but just pick yourself up. Okay. So if that's your case and you have a little bit of lack of self-esteem this week, you know, take care of you, pamper you a little bit more, be compassionate. All right. Don't play victim. Don't fall victim. Don't do anything like that. It's silly because when people do stuff like that and you get yourself in that type of energy and you create it yourself, you're going to stay in that slum even longer. And then you're going to be stagnant. All right. You don't want to be stagnant. So I think right now, you know, it's really, you know, I don't juggling decisions, you know, like, so it's almost like someone just doesn't want to make a decision too. You know what I'm saying? But don't hold off for too long if this is you choosing, you know, if you're the one choosing to make this decision and whatnot, you know. So I want to pull anything else. Energy. What are we worried about? It's right next to the court. All right, but don't tell me, what are we worried about? Which would be, you know, yeah, just the future. Okay. Don't overthink the future either, please. Okay. Don't put yourself in that energy either. Try to live in the moment. Okay. We got some very passionate energy on the board too, which is nice. Okay. there might be some bullshit that comes up at work, okay? But, I mean, that's typical. I don't think this is not a very argumentative week, okay? It's more of like, it's more like go after what you desire. It's not even passionate. It's like whatever it is that illuminates the situation. Like what some type of situation is kind of like going to be illuminated for you too. All right. Like a new start, new opportunity somewhere when it comes to something, okay? It really just depends on what it is in your situation, but it looks good, okay? Looks like there's going to be a lot of communication this week with, you know, a family member, a neighbor. A marijuana ticket. You got a ticket for marijuana. I don't know how much you had on you, but I really wouldn't like. Just speak the truth. I mean, you got caught with it. There's no point in being like, don't put the blame on somebody else. Speak the truth, okay? It looks like everything's going to go smooth for anyone who has that type of issue this week, so stop worrying, okay? They're not going to lock you up for having pot on you. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're growing a whole shit ton of pot in your backyard where you're not supposed to be growing pot, all right? But even then, just keep it at the legal limit, and if it's not legal, you know, still keep it at the limit where there's not like jail time. So if you got busted, you're not looking at jail time. But there's a lot of you like going back and forth because I can't see that anymore. So don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like whatever. You know, like it's probably not a whatever situation for you. It's gotta be scary, you know, but own up to it. You got caught, you got busted. They obviously confiscated it, you know. So I think whatever this is, you know, we do have some communication here, and it's kind of swift communication. But it could be swift travel. It could be like a last minute. It could be a last minute like, you know, work thing too. Okay, like someone, you know, there's a business meeting. You know, someone buys you a ticket. I need you to go to LA for a couple of days, sign paperwork, document. It could be something like that too. Okay. Some of you this will be argumentative energy with this, what this just came out, but it's only what you make of it, okay? You can be victorious with it if you're willing to see both sides of a scenario, guys. Don't forget that, okay? It's just that energy this week, as long as you keep it fair. You're right in Libra energy, which is like, duh. I don't know why I thought we wouldn't be. Not that I thought we wouldn't be. It's just like, here I am, like, talking about all this stuff, and like, you're really, really going to be faced with Libra energy. All right. Like, you might even get like put on the stand, like out of the blue. Like, you might get something in the mail, and next thing you know, you got fucking jury duty, and maybe you don't like the case and you don't agree. And instead of looking at a fair way, you're looking at it like that mother effer did that to so-and-so. So instead of really looking at the evidence, you're just so fixated on that whole mother effer for doing XYZ. But in all reality, are you really looking at the evidence? Like a situation like that. So just no matter what situationship you're in this weekend, this week, just make sure it's fair, it's just, all right? Like, that's it, all right? And it's going to be fine. Speak the truth, listen to the truth, try to figure out if it's the truth, you know, be open-minded, you know, just kind of like some situations you're just going to have to follow your heart when it comes to a love situation. They really want you to follow your soul on this one versus your brain. Some of you are literally some of you literally just met somebody and it's like a whirlwind relationship and you're like, F it, I'm packing my shit and I'm outie. And you're going to move and live with this person, or you're going to the same town where they're at, which is kind of beautiful. It's like romantic. So I hope it works out for you. All right. And the 2 of crystals, we got the 10 of pens. So whatever this decision is has to do with either money or your stability. And it could be talk about family life too. So that's every aspect of your life too. So I can't even tell you what that has to do with, because that can literally be every single aspect that you're dealing with right now. So just, you know, Don't back down, but don't put yourself in a situation where you're being more argumentative with somebody, okay? It's not worth it. It's not, and it's like I said, it's not about you being the bigger person. It's just you don't want to put your heads in the cloud over somebody else's situation. You know what I mean, jelly beans? Let's pour your moon card. For your moon card. I ordered some I should have them tomorrow. I ordered some really cute Halloween cards. I try to get some really nice Christmas ones, but they're sold out, and they're like from 2016. They're like on a back order or something. And it's like the only Christmas deck that I want. I'm like, maybe I can find them somewhere else. But I got some cute Halloween ones just to be festive, because who's a festive person? You know? I really, really want these Christmas ones though. A lot of them was like, it had like murals. It just reminded me, and it wasn't like replicas of like Norman Rockwell, but like I love Norman Rockwell in their photos and how he captures children and the smiles and what's around them. Like his stuff just says a lot. So it's kind of like, it kind of reminded me of like that type of scenario, but it wasn't Norman Rockwell. All right. Hey, how about you leave Max alone? Louis, I mean it. So, weekly energy, please. If anybody has any suggestions, of great Christmas decks, can you not write it on this? Actually, write it in the comments. I appreciate it. But I just don't want the average deck. Leave it to court. Why? Because I'm not the average chick. All right. I actually used that phrase last night. Your commitment is being tested. All right. So, like I said, I told you there's something here where that's it. All right. So let's see what this has to say. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe way of testing you. Okay. It's just hurdles, and make sure you do this hurdle with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming if something's too big for you to like surmount or overcome, it probably is. See how it works? Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have secrecy already, or have you given up? Okay. Showing more commitment now will help you move towards your desire and your outcome. What you believe in is true, and is true for you. So believe in yourself. I said enough when it comes to Max. Thank you. So it says, I'm committed to my dreams to move towards them with confidence. And I talked about the confidence with you guys. Okay. I saw it on my board too, that some of you are already in that energy where we're kind of a little negative. All right. So snap out of that, because what you believe is what you put out there. Like I truly believe, like, you believe and you believe, and then there's times you get disappointed, and it's like, why do I believe? And da 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 da, and then you believe again, and then it's like you're happy, and you know what I'm saying? Like, just stick with it, whatever this is, okay? So it says the answers to your question is yet, but not yes. You're more than halfway to your goal. You still need to put a little more effort in. Sometimes you need to realize how much you want something, okay? You need to recommit to someone or something, all right? So I knew that energy was coming up, okay? So just do your best to try to see both sides of a situation this week, okay? If you are confronted with this, because this is the weekly energy. So chances are you're going to be confronted with this, even if it's your child or it's a parent or it's, somebody at work. You're going to be confronted with this energy. Why? Because it's the energy, guys, okay? So just try, to have more of like a positive outlook and, just believe and You know, do you believe they'll come true? Because some of you are like on the whole like giving up thing. Okay, so like I said, I talked about thriving. Okay, we need to thrive this week because this energy might be a little tough because it's saying it might not necessarily come this week, or what you think is coming might not, or when you have a conversation with a certain somebody, it might be something that you didn't expect. You know, it's just going to be something that's just kind of be like, boom, here I am. Okay, but here's the thing, like with this with this angle with the planets, and I thought about that earlier when I looked on the computer real quick on the angle of the planets too. It does indicate like a small crisis, but not like a crisis. This is like small, like minor, like molecule. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing that you can't handle. But if you're already in the energy of like, you know, like then you're gonna do it to yourself, and then that little crisis is gonna turn into a big crisis. You know, so don't well, just work with that energy. Try not to put yourself in that scenario. Okay. So no matter when you pull this card, you need to see any drama as stepping stones to where you need to be next. It also indicates time where you need to stay strong through a little mini storm. Holy shit. Call the outstander murderer. What is this? No, no, no. A hot stepper or something like that. The hot stepper. All right, like this freestyle. They're not even playing freestyle right now. It's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna play a Ganesha card, but like we multiply. So I mean, let's play actually one more moon card because we're in two different energies. Okay, so we're gonna do one more moon card. Well, we're not in two different energies. Well, some of you are in that kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So, and then others are not. So if you're in that, it might not be the best. All right, weekly energy. So definitely work on this. Watch this video twice if you need to. Go back. You know, this could be, you know, yeah. I mean, your freaking animal could be driving you nuts this week, and you're like, why? Why? Because you know the animals need this shit too. Okay, it says. Well, I don't like this. Nothing will come of this situation. But I think that's if it's like a negative thing. And we've talked about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be negative Nelly, so they're stressing it. Like, this is on you where and how you want to work with this energy this week. Because this is very just energy this week. So if you're not being true or just to yourself, it might feel a little heavier than the average bear, okay? But it's not as harsh. This card is not as harsh as it sounds. I mean, it's come out before, okay? And it's coming, just like the other one. It said this week too. It's probably not that week, but you know it's coming. That's why it's saying be positive, okay? So if you're not positive, you know, this talks about, you know, avoid, all right? So it says, according to where you are and how you decode things, this situation will bear no fruit. If this may or may not be good news depending on what you're asking. For example, if you're worried about something, and we saw that, whatever it is, this card can be taken as a sign that there is nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project or any type of including new relationship, it's a sign that you adjust your expectations to change a different outcome. Remember, the card can only predict what currently is being created. You have a chance to create what it is through both your behavior and your beliefs. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Like, this card isn't like, oh my God, you know, it's just saying exactly what I talked about earlier. Like, stop worrying about whatever this is because you're gonna make it worse. Okay, you don't need to worry. Instead of worrying, change how you think the outcome's going to come out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just trust in the highest good. Chances are something is demolishing and coming to an end, but it will be beneficial. Okay, so that means, say if you're worried about an effing court date, and you know, finally it's finalized, and you know, say it's even a divorce. You know what I'm saying? It's energy like that. So that would be a good thing for somebody in this situation. And then it also says, you know, something is better. It's right around the corner. Believe in what it is you need. Okay. Surrender to the divine. So those are already the people that are kind of like, all right, don't do that. It says take time out to meditate and contemplate the situation too, but just make sure you're looking at the outcome differently. Okay, that's it. And this is this one where it's like I surrender to the divine. So if we're really bent out of shape and we're really having a hard time and we're not working with the energy the right way and you already know it, you know, this is how they say it is like the and then it's Namo Nayani. All right. So Nano Nayani, which just means I surrender to the divine. So obviously if you don't remember what it is it's saying, just tell your angels like I surrender to the divine. Sometimes when you're depressed and you're having a really hard time, like that's what that means. It's not giving away your power. It's just saying, okay, like shit, like fuck, okay, I'll let it go. Or, like, and it could be like the effing tiniest thing. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's the tiniest thing and you're arguing, over something so absolutely ridiculous, like let it go. Just be like, oh, it's like, well, I'm contradicting myself because I'm like, oh, it doesn't mean someone's the bigger person. But maybe in that scenario, if it's petty, then maybe in that scenario, someone does need to be the bigger person. If it's petty, okay. If it's a serious scenario, then I'm not saying, you know, if you're right, you're right. You still got to stand your ground. You still have to have integrity. You still want to be able to feel liberated when it comes to a certain scenario, but just make sure it's 50-50. So let's play Ganesha. And then I gotta get ready to go. What does 2559 mean? You keep hearing it? I'm not sure. Just Google it. And depending on your religion, if you're spiritual, just spiritually Google, what does 2559 mean? Those are tough. I don't know if you're seeing 25 and 59, but the 5 talks about change. So maybe you need to balance out what's going on in your life right now, stabilize something in order for the change to come in, because something in your life like needs to finally like be wrapped up. But in order for you to actually wrap that up, to have a new chapter and to accept this change, you might have to seek balance. All right. And this week would be a great week to do that. Chances are if you Google a number like that, chances are you're going to get like a Bible verse. Okay. So you just see what, comes up. Just Google it. So let's play Ganesha. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. $111 is just avoid, okay? This week energy, that's too many. But generosity and prosperity. I just want one this week. So a lot of people don't understand, like the 1111. Oh, it's a twin number. It's more about a void. Okay, it's more of like an awakening, like an enlightening. It's that type of stuff. When voids are open, it's like it's like new opportunities without you reading cards. It's without a reader being like, okay, you got this beautiful new ace. All right, here's a new opportunity. If you're seeing all those 111s instead of a card being tossed in front of you, that's the universe opening a void. That's the universe opening an opportunity for you. That's what that is. Okay. Yeah, you can have a little twinsy number, but like it's way more than a twinsy number. It's not. It was never meant to be a twinsy number. All right, never. But you can relate it like that. There's way more to that to get into. All right, but you pulled, spiritual practice, and it's a tool. All right, so this is balance. It's back to the whole justice. It's back to the whole yin and the yang. That type of balance. So, nah, it's not a 2. It's a 1. All right, so it's just like a 1 or a 1-1. It's like a master number, or it's like a triple or a quadruple with the 1111. All right, it's a new void being open, and it's a spiritual void, like I was just talking about. So that, to me, what this is saying, that chances are that you're going to see a lot of those numbers. It's going to be a lot of voids opened this week. I'm sure that's what it's telling me. I haven't, like I said, I really haven't looked. I looked at the planetarial chart like ever so briefly, where the planets were stationed. Um, so depending on where your planets are too, there's always those voids. Okay. So this is what this is like saying. Okay. So just be fair and just. Just be honest, no matter what scenario, no matter what situationship you guys are in this week. Okay. As long as you're true to you and true to the situation, you're authentic, you're good. All right. You're good. Spirit will always have your back in that type of scenario. Okay. So the spiritual practice right here will help you ground you. And it's funny because I just talked about the whole balance and the grounding, even though it's not even a 2. All right. But this is what this is. This is the void. All right. Spirit's got your back. It's time to balance it out, to ground yourself. It's the yin and the yang of the energy this week. Okay. Goose, I am done. Were you doing this right now? You're being fresh. No, you're being fresh with Max. I don't like it. I know you're not happy with me right now. But Max is not happy with you right now either. Okay? So there you go. Look at it. I'm going to open the door and put a lock on it. Now you can't even get in there. So boo-hoo. So boo-hoo, mama. Okay? Go find something to do now. Oh, I got new Vitas. Because I couldn't find my other ones. So I got a new 3-pack. Yay! I needed them. All right. There's so many ways to maintain spiritual connection through the committed practice. Ganesha is asking you to reflect on the benefits that may be gained for you to follow some daily routine right now, which includes spirituality. This might include prayer, meditation, or exercise, however it is you connect with your mind, body, soul, spirit. Okay. Yoga, Tai Chi, those type of things, little extras would be good for you this week. It's so funny because my friend asked me if I wanted to go to Beckham this week, and I was like, sure. I was like, I'm not crazy about hot yoga, but she didn't want to do Pilates. So, see, I'm right in the energy. Anywho, I know. It's like, I do that. I know. All right. Additionally, consider burning incense. Okay. It helps accompany prayers. All right. Anything like that, even if you work with certain spells. But these spells are very cultural spells, okay? I'm not talking like black magic, witch spells, okay? This is talking about very like cultural spells. Okay? So how about you leave the bottle alone, girlfriend? All right. How about you leave the bottle alone, Lucifer? All right. The smell of incense can also bring in heightened awareness in your situation. Okay. These are tools, these techniques that you can use throughout the day to preserve or regain tranquility when it comes to something. Even simply taking a deep breath can restore a spiritual connection or how it is you're feeling. Okay. Find what works for you. Just dedicate more time to practice each day. Okay. So basically what it's just saying, do what it is that you do that grounds you. All right. Because it's just the energy this week to really be in tuned and be grounded. Okay. And I think that's why I talked about like all the little things, like don't let certain energies get the best of you. If you're arguing with a child, anything, a coworker, anything like that comes up, any type of situationship like this, you know what I'm saying? Like try to look at both two sides of the story. Don't be too hard. You know, I mean, I know it can be tough sometimes when you get pissed off or you're in that energy and somebody irks you. Okay. Like I know what that's like. So you can kind of like snap sometimes and not look at the bigger picture. You know, if you have to just step away for a minute, like legitimately just step away for a minute. Lucifer, I call Lucy Lucifer. I don't know why I always have. Her original name is Luna. And in the doctors, like in the veterinarian papers, she's still Luna. All right. Like she's chipped as Luna. But like I couldn't say the name. Like it didn't sound right to me. Because my boxer before her was was Roxy. I used to call her Rox. But like I work better with the whole IE. I don't understand why. I just do. It's just easier for me with animals. Okay. With dogs for some reason. I don't know why. So I switched it to Lucy. I just had a hard time. Like Luna. Like it didn't work for me. All right. So She's, you know, so sometimes when I get frustrated, it's funny because I will be like, Lucifer, I don't even know where it comes from. But yeah, I'll call her Lucifer every once in a while. Every once in a while. Oh, wow. Those were like awesome sauce to read you. Yeah, I love my Roxy. You guys want to see a picture of Rox? She was a white boxer. This is literally her ashes. But that's my Roxy. She was the best. She was the bestest boxer ever. She's awesome. I just miss her. But she was awesome. She was awesome. She passed away of cancer. Had her for 9 years. She was an awesome, awesome dog. She was a gorgeous boxer, but she couldn't even like I always wanted to put her like in shows. She was like the perfect white boxer, but the not the AKA. Yeah. What's the AKA? I don't know. I looked into it a long time ago. White boxers technically can't, they're not like, I forget the name, but she's gorgeous. She actually had a cross on her ear. Like she had very symbolic things on her ears. You can't see it in this one. Oh, do I miss her? She had very symbolic markings, and I never realized it until like a year ago when I started looking at some pictures. But she was the bestest ever. Ever. Let me see. Something on Facebook popped up the other day, and I think you can see the marking very well on her. I don't know if this is happening to you guys. Like, holy shit, my phone's like huge right now. These glasses are no joke. They're pretty effing awesome. They're pretty effing awesome. I definitely got the right script. Wow, what a difference. Just her one ear. I know I'm getting distracted. We're kind of done our read anyway, guys, if you want to take off. But she had very symbolic. Oh, here's a good one of her at the beach. Oh, can't see it on that one. I used to have a Sphinx. Oh, you guys can't see that. Let me unbrighten it. I used to have a Sphinx. My sister actually has her now. They used to love each other. Yeah, look at the one above her ear, that one black marking. Oh, can you see the cross? Yep, her cross is right there on the ear. I didn't even see that. Look at the cross. She had very symbolic. See the cross on her ear? And it almost is like a cultic cross. It has the perfect, it's shaped perfectly. It's so crazy, the marking she had on her. But she's pretty awesome. I rescued her from a shelter. I bottle fed her. Because she needed to be bottle fed. Her mother died during childbirth, and I rescue all my animals. I rescued Luce. We're actually going for another boxer, and they scooped her up because they were about to put her down. But now that I like realize it, like certain stuff, she had very symbolic markings, gorgeous, gorgeous markings on her, and they were like perfect, like they were tattooed on her. It was like the craziest thing. Like people used to joke around, like, you tattoo these markings on her? Like obviously not, but she was a kick-ass dog that loved her ma. She's only come to me once. And not like I didn't see her or anything. It was like I don't know, like 3-4 months after she passed away. And I just remember laying in bed crying, and I was crying over her actually. I think I got in a fight with my ex-husband. And I was just in bed crying, being stubborn, not want to talk to him, whatever, like, whatever, buddy, like, don't even bother. And she literally, I felt her jump on the bed and crawl in between my legs and put her head on my thigh like she normally would when I'd be upset. You know what I'm saying? No, it was just the best feeling. I mean, I probably cried for another 2 hours, like, because I knew she was there, but it hasn't happened since. But it's just beautiful that I got the goosebumps. I know it was her. I knew the way she wrapped in my legs, the way she jumped on the bed. You know how your dog jumps on the bed. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly what animal jumps on your bed. If you got animals, you know which one it is, weight, you know what I'm saying? You can tell. But she was there for me, which was amazing. Amazing. She was awesome. She was awesome. But we'll stop talking about it because I'll get bent out of shape. It's my Bible. She used to love the beach too. But you guys are going to be, it's one of those weeks. You're going to be good, okay? So just try to stay grounded. Whatever it is you do, if you don't meditate, if you don't do spiritual practicing, like even going outside, like grounding yourselves, however you do it, that's your spiritual way of meditating, okay? So just stay with it, like it's just the yin and the yang this week. It's really the balancing out the emotions, the issues that arise. All right. And they're going to be minor, but if you want to turn it into something bigger, obviously you can, but that's on you, whether or not it's on you, how you want to work with the energy. All right. So I'm already giving you a heads up of like certain things that can come, that are going to be coming your way. It's not if they come, they will come your way. And you'll look back and you'll be like, oh shit, I think that's what she was talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's where you need to have compassion, or that's where you need to like be reasonable about what it is that's actually happening. And just, if it comes with anything that has to do with the law, just, be honest. Speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? Speak the truth. Spirit's got your back. If you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. Tell the truth. Maybe you're actually, maybe the judge or a certain situation will respect you more for that. You know what I'm saying? And they'll cut you a break because a lot of people always give authority figures and judges like bullshit explanations. But if you think about it, they get bullshit and they get cranky and they become pricks over the year. And I say some of them do. Okay. Some of them are really good at grounding themselves and they don't. But being in that type of industry, that field, dealing with laws and frustration, and it's just one of those jobs. You know what I'm saying? But if they see your authenticity, they see how authentic you are and how truthful you are, and you put yourself in a crap situation, they look up to shit like that. Okay. I certainly would. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes them back to being like, this is why I do what it is I do. Like say that judge is putting them in that situation. They're saying to themselves, like, this is why I do what I do, to give fair and just outcomes. And you know what I'm saying? Like this is the perfect energy for that. So don't try to be tricky, sneaky, manipulative. Don't do that shit. Okay. But there's that. You guys want to know what's going on with your love life? Oh, of course I do. Of course I do. I'll throw you a couple cats. My ride is running a half hour late, so I'm good. All I gotta do is change. So super quick. Okay. Somebody wants to timestamp it for somebody? Because after I said I'm done reading. I don't know if some of you guys left or not, but let's just see, like super swift. Yeah, I reached 25,000 subscribers. I did a video the other day saying thank you, and it didn't upload, and I thought that was strange. But I'm not too worried about it. And now it's just, it was just getting out of that stagnicity. It wasn't even really stagnicity because I was working with that energy, but it was figuring it out. And it took me a couple weeks to figure it out because I remember we all talked about it and I was just kind of like, I slowly started to like figure it out and figure out a way for me to figure it out. It wasn't the universe handed me something. It was not. Fucking court had to partake in that. Okay? Believe that. So let's find out what's going on with your love life this week too. All right, this could be, your lover, your hubby, your wifey, your company, whomever you're thinking of, whoever you're thinking about. All right, true love, you know, it's a romance of a lifetime. So here's the deal. Right off the bat, you're fucking pissed off and you're sad and you miss this person. Like, no shit, all right? Because when true love comes in, that card means like, yeah, no shit is true love, but I'm still here. I'm still waiting. Yeah, I got those feelings. Like, I want to explore them. Where the F are you? That's what energy you're in this week when it comes to love again. All right, but this is the divine is partaking in this one too. Okay, so just like I said, with all the other answers too, we knew we knew we knew something exactly wasn't going down like that this week. Okay, so it was more probably like all about you, but for some it is going to go down. Okay, and you have been waiting a long time and it is true love. All right, and it is worth exploring if you want to give it a chance, because you did have the Ace of Cups, guys. You did have the 10 of Cups. So you did have a lot of stuff that I didn't mention because I was talking about the energy more of like a love life, okay? So in all reality, like it's here. Like it can very well obviously come in for people, but just remember to stay grounded. You're still in that same scenario, okay? So you know what I'm saying? Like everything that we just talked about with the whole weekly energy still pertains to this. Okay. Like you still have to like, you can't just lose where you're at. You got to be able to work with, if say this comes in this week, in order to make this work, in order to make this beneficial, you have to work with the effing weekend energy, not just your own thoughts. All right. Because you can set yourself up for failure or put yourself in that slum because you're expecting one thing but getting another. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to work with the effing energy, guys, in order to make things work, like you just do. All right. So it's real important. When I start doing what it is I'm about to do, I think I might start doing stuff like this, like weekly energy, and then, break it down and then break it down in like a love reading like this too, because in all reality, it's going to be important to know how to work through certain relationships. And it should be a weekly thing because the planets shift. Okay. So I probably do it according to planets too. I got a lot of stuff going on in my head when it comes to creativity about what this is where it is I'm going. Okay, because this is actually really important. I know people throw cards and like this is the energy, but the way I just broke it down is way different. Okay, and now I'm gonna break it down for you to know, if this does come in or if it's already here, how to work with it. So if it's already here, now you already know how to work with it. You know what I'm saying? If it's actually here, but if it's not here and this is what's actually coming in, well, you have to take everything I just considered on how to work with that energy this week too. All right. So it's like I'm kind of going in the whole life coach type thing, how you work with things, So you got the wheel on true love, and it was, it was reversed. So I'm gonna have to clarify each one, but this is true love. Somebody wants to own up to how they feel. Like this is somebody has a feel. This is okay. So what this is that it's almost like the two of you know, but it's almost like one knows more than the other. Okay. And somebody is now catching feelings that they didn't think they were going to catch. And now it's time to express it. Okay. Tell me about the wheel. So this is true love that, you're feeling. So this is not a delusionary feeling. Okay. What's going to happen is you're going to question because it was reversed. All right. And when I clarified it, but the page wasn't okay. So when I clarified it with the death, what this is telling me is that it's almost like it's resurrected. All right. Like it's back around. There's been transformation. There's been endings. There's been rebirth. Okay. And now here comes true love. Like just go with the flow, let it happen. Don't try to force this. If there's one thing I can teach you about certain stuff as we get going is don't try to force things. Okay. Tell me about worth waiting for. Some of you have been waiting, but this is, to me with this card lately too is representing to me is going with the flow, ladies and gents. Okay. Because it is worth it. So if it's worth it, it's going to be hard. Because if they're telling you it's worth it, then you're going to struggle with this person. Because what they're saying is it's worth it. Like you're going to have to go through trials and tribulation. You're going to have to learn how to compromise. You're going to have to learn to be compassionate. You're going to have to learn to balance out the scales. You're going to have to learn about the whole yin and the yang. You're going to have to learn how to accept somebody for who they truly are. Like, this is the type of scenario you're legitimately in. Okay? Tell me about worth waiting for. All right, here comes your apology. Here comes a new start. Here comes a messenger. All right, so now you got two messenger. One wants to give time and one wants to open up and tell you how they feel, or vice versa. All right, this will make you over emotional. Why? Because of whatever scenario you were in. Obviously, it was a rough scenario because it wasn't time. So obviously the tower came in years ago, months ago, or something. But now death is here. Okay, so whatever it is almost like being resurrected. Okay, it's brought back to life. Okay, so you are going to be a little over emotional. So be super careful on, best advice for this Queen of Cups, please. Be super careful on your energy for when, if this is your energy. Okay, so what this is saying, the King of Swords, this is not saying, listen, you got the King of Swords coming at you. Okay, what this is saying is that you're going to be over emotional and it's going to be hard for you. So what they're saying right here is be practical. Okay, like be logical, be analytical. All right, like if you have to be a little aloof, go ahead. If you have to detach a little bit so you can think outside the box and not with your hat and not with your tears, not with your sorrow, that's what you need to do. All right, you need to look at this as more of like a business venture than a love venture, and it's a temporary looking at it like that. Okay, it's just that way, because we talked about that too, and I said make sure if you have to stand your ground, you have to stand your ground. I also said that if you have to cut certain stuff out to because you don't want to deal with bullshit situations. I also told you that you're going to have integrity in this situation. This is what this is. This is integrity. You know what I mean? This is you standing your ground. It's not you being a prick. Okay, it's you standing up for you and not dealing with bullshit, but also being compromised, also compromising and being compassionate at the same time. But if this boils down to the decision, this is what they want you to do when it comes to your thoughts. This is what they want you to be, the King of Swords. They don't want you to be the Queen of Cups with your thoughts, because the Queen of Cups is that emotion. They know how to nurture. They know how to love. They have that depth of emotion. Okay, the Page does not. The Page is, the King of Swords is very straight to the point, but no bullshit, no lying, getting straight to the point, and no shortcuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't mean be an ass. Okay, so tell me about the King of the King of Swords. How King of Swords, best advice for the King of Swords. But I'm telling you, this is how they want my queen to act. Okay, but with the King of Swords, best advice. I still want you to be like, if they throw double that type of energy, then they mean it. But if they throw like a love, certain type of different energy, that means you have to be able to do the yin and the yang out of the whole thing. Tell me about the King of Swords. So you gotta know how to work with the energy. All right, so you're carrying a lot of weight too. All right, so what this is saying to me, that this is just the energy where it's like, I think it's just saying you're going to carry a lot of weight. So I think it's just super important that you're able to be emotional. You're able to let your gut and your soul guide you, but at the same time, you're able to put the weight aside. You're able to put the pain, the sorrow. You're able to put that type of stuff aside, okay? And really be this person where, what is the effing word I'm looking for, man? You got to be compassionate at the same time too, but you got to follow your soul in both scenarios, but you have to be, it's not detached. I don't want you to detach. It's the fucking yin and the yang, okay? Tell me about the Ten of Wands. It's just, you got to learn how to balance this out. Like, you've been through a lot of effing lessons, okay? Like, yeah, see the Hangman, like, you got to change your perspective. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we talked about that earlier too. You have to change your own outcome. Okay? Like, you can't be over emotional. You can't be too attached. You have to find the happy medium because you're carrying a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? So you have to change your perspective in this situation. Whatever it is you're dealing with, you have to change your perspective because I'm telling you, this came out reverse. This person, you guys have either broken each other's heart or they broke your heart, vice versa, however it rolls for you. Okay. So you're gonna have to change how you're gonna have to change how you're already looking out the outcome because you already have expectations on how this is gonna go down. So your best advice from me this week is get yourself out of expectation mode. Okay. It doesn't mean you can't have expectation and standards, but somebody has some very high expectations and standards. All right. So with romantic feelings, you threw the effing Ace of Swords. All right. This is again, speak the truth. Whether you feel scared or this, that's why they're giving you both those beautiful energies, guys. They're giving you the ability of communication and to speak the truth and be honest and stand your integrity. Don't fear what comes out of your mouth. You know, you love this person, you tell them. You're pissed off at this person, you tell them. You want to marry this person, you tell them you see a future. You know, whatever it is you truly, truly, truly feel is what needs to be discussed. And that's it. If this messengers, this is 2 messengers, okay? So when this goes down for you guys this week or when it comes, depending on how energy works with you, but I will tell you, this energy is right on point with the energy I saw for weekly energy. So chances are, you know, some of you, this is going to happen. That's it. It could be a dream job that you thought was gone, and now you're going to get the best news, and it's going to make your heart feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? It could be like that too. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't, we were talking about lovers, all right? But I just want to make it clear. All right. This is the yin and the yang of the scenario. Speak the damn truth. Be just. Don't have fear. Have integrity, you know, because to me, somebody wasn't feeling so liberated. Okay, so if you're already in the energy where you're not feeling too liberated, this is going to be a tough scenario for you to handle. All right, so that's why it's so important for you to get the expectations out of your head. Whatever outcomes you already have for this scenario, just wipe the slate clean. All right, like erase your own chalkboard, like mentally erase your own chalkboard. Okay, because you don't want to set yourself up for more of a, because this might be the small crisis, all right? Like it might be that type of scenario. So you don't want to set yourself up for like a major crisis. You don't want to make it into more than is necessary. Because it's beautiful. Here's my freestyle. It's beautiful for like be able to work with this energy. Like this energy is all about, you know, the balance, the yin and the yang, you know, the just. All right. So there is karma here too. All right. So there's your read. And here's our freestyle. All of a sudden, our freestyle's back. All right. So I don't know with those songs, you know, Michael Jackson, old school. Michael Jackson go back too, you know. We also had 90s there too. All right. We also had 70s. I heard some 70s and some 80s. Michael Jackson's goes back to the 80s. Okay. But you know, I'll pull, yeah, one card. Best advice with this deck to work with this energy. You're very welcome. One card for weekly energy. Best advice. It didn't come out, but it's harvest. It's the 9 of worlds. I was waiting for it to come out. Like it didn't come out, but I felt it. And it's upright, which is beautiful. Okay, because it talks about that integrity I was talking about. You know, this is the 9 of Pence, guys. But this is also harvest time. You know, this is, you know, your ships are here, your cabs are here. All right, this is this energy. This is having confidence, being liberated, feeling free. It also not wanting to be tied down. All right, but not wanting to be tied down with bullshit. All right, that type of stuff. So that's your best advice is, you know, To me, it's the confidence. It's feeling liberated. It's working with the energy. I mean, look at all the damn energy, and it's definitely fall. All right, even though this is fall energy, you know, it's harvest time too. But that's all, you know, the planets and the seasons changing, and you know what you deserve. You know, you're gonna have. All right, just be. It's gonna be a very just week. Like when I say just, like justified, it's gonna be a justified week. As long as you're just, all right? No need to worry, no need to cry, okay? Someone's got someone's back. Here's the deal, though. This week, have your own back, okay? And you can have someone else's back, but this is an important week of just. This is your integrity. This is you. Whatever comes into play, don't forget about you. What you want. Don't you believe that too? Don't forget about that. Don't you forget about that. Just because we're in Libra energy does not mean like things are going to be justified or karma is going to come in and justice is going to hit. Just because we're in that energy doesn't mean this is where we're going to wrap it up. If anything, Venus will help wrap it up, okay? Not necessarily Libra. That's just Libra energy is all about, you know, the yin and the yang and the balance and having that integrity and speaking from your soul, your mind, all right? And being, you know, being able to communicate just situations too, okay? But just because justice comes out does not mean that karma bit somebody in the ass and you're going to come back and get what you want. Believe that too, okay? That's why I'm going to stop doing certain reads like this, okay? Because I want you to literally work with the energy than just, you know, the cards. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to physically know what type of energy is going to be hitting you. And be able to break it down in certain scenarios with the cards so you know, because obviously you know it's Libra energy, but a lot of you, it stops right there. Oh, yep, Libra energy. All right, but beyond that, you don't realize it. You know, you just know what's in what. That's it. You know, like majority of you don't work with the planets that way, don't understand them, can't follow them. It's very, 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 very hard to follow astrology unless you're physically in, like, unless you're physically hypnotized by it, you're intrigued, you know, like unless you really can understand it like profoundly, like the only way to kind of like really understand it is profoundly to get into it and being, it's one of those things where you got to be passionate about it to be able to absorb it, to be able to process it, be able to piece it together, you know. So it's very complicated. I love it, but they won't let me. They won't. It's not where I'm supposed to be. All right. So I'm slowly sneaking it in. I'm slowly sneaking it in. You know. Not to mention, I tell you, I work with the energy all the time, but like I want to be able to talk about it too. You know, like I want you to be able to like work with it. Hi, Ramon, Roman, but to me, you're my Ramon. You're my Ramon, Ramon. It's so hard for me to look at that and not say and not think Ramon. I know too many Ramones. I don't know any Romans. You're eating pizza, yum, yum, yum. So you guys got this, all right? Go back and watch this. You know, honestly, what might help is for you to go back and watch just the main things that I like that I pointed out with the energy. Like there might be some confrontation, and you know, the best way to solve that is really just if you need to You know, literally take a step back. Even if you're caught off guard, your best advice still is to take a step back and process for a second. Don't pop off at the mouth, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to process whether it's work or love. Like, it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you don't just become the king and the queen right there and be able to deal with emotion and how to handle a conversation and be equipped for those type of scenarios if you haven't gone through a lot. So just don't forget, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the energy where it won't let you forget. You guys will butt heads. You know what I mean? If you don't take a step back or look at things differently, you guys will butt heads. You don't want to be butting heads this week with nobody. All right. It will get you in the energy of like just feisty, and you don't wanna your main message this week is don't bump heads with anybody, and make very just decisions, even if it comes to punishments with your effing children. All right. Like, I'm telling you, like, you don't get along with somebody, a coworker, you don't like what he or she has to say, take a step back for a minute. All right, because that's the effing energy, guys. A lot of people's energy for the next month is going to be harsh. It's going to be certain things because a lot of people don't know how to work with energy. So you're going to be dealing with people who are grumpy, people who are sad, people that are isolated, people that are like bouncing up and down, people who are hooking up with other people left and right, people that are madly in love, people that are about to go through a divorce. Venus is no fucking joke, okay? So the best advice I can give you for this week is try not to bump heads with nobody. That's it. All right. And all the other stuff we talked about. But you have to understand that other people energy is affected, and everyone's hit differently. So if you could just back away from a scenario that's pissing you off, back the F away from it. All right. Be the bigger person in that scenario. Now if we have a major serious discussion, I'm not saying suck it up and be a bigger person. You got to be able to how to differentiate what it is I say about being the bigger person in this scenario. But you all know your reads, your scenarios. Okay. Careful. You might be bumping heads with people. Try to avoid bumping heads. All right. Like, that's what it will be. If you don't work with the energy properly, you're gonna be bumping heads. So I don't want to be bumping heads with nobody. All right. Remind me not to play any board games with my children this week. Fuck, I'm so competitive. I won't let my kids win. If I can win, I'm winning. I used to let them win when they were younger. Life's not fair. That's one of those scenarios where I use that saying. Life's not fair. I don't use it with petty shit. I use it in reality, practical things, It is important for kids to realize life's not fair, but it's got to be presented the right way. You can't just be like, oh, sorry, it's not fair. I can't effing stand that when I'm like having a pity patty with me. Oh, it's not fair. Fuck you, Court. Suck it up. It's not fair. What do you mean it's not fair? Who are you? Why am I privileged? I'm not privileged. Sorry, it's not fair. It's things like that. All right. So, all right, I got people hitting me up left and right. I got 4 emails that I gotta get back to. Not emails. I got 4 text messages that I need to get back to. And I'm like blown away with these damn readers. Like I feel like my phone's like humongous right now. Like, everything's like, to you guys, it's probably not like huge, but like to me, it's like whoa, like whoa, like whoa. But readers are for readers. Like, you shouldn't like normally wear them, right? Because my glasses I was supposed to wear all the time, but I think my eyes got worse, and then they got better, and they got worse. So my other like my subscription pair of glasses I have, they're good for like photos and like driving, like little stuff like that. But like reading, these man are awesome. Rick, you're lucky to be alive. The advice I would give you right now is just be appreciative and try to figure out, where you need to be in life right now, okay? Because you probably were not on your path and you were saved, okay? So don't sit in the energy right now where Rick got stabbed 23 guys 23 times and the doctor's, lucky to be alive. It's one of those scenarios, okay? Be grateful for what you have right now, but I'm telling you right now, if you kind of set yourself up for that, even though nobody sets themselves up to be like stabbed, but meaning like you were hanging out in certain situations or you put yourself in certain situations, and that's for damn sure telling you that you need to go in another direction. And the thing with that is a lot of people will be like, yeah, I was saved, it was a blessing, it was a miracle. And then 3 weeks later, they never get themselves out of the same effing situation that you put yourself in the first place to put yourself in that scenario. Okay, so make sure if you were putting yourself in scenarios like that where, yeah, you got caught off guard or whatever, depending on you, it really depends on your scenario, but don't take it as like, oh my gosh, this is a blessing and a miracle, and then go back to your same routine. Because if that's legitimately the case and you shouldn't have been in that scenario, but you were and it happened, you really have to get in a different path. Like you really need to like pick yourself up and move if you need to change jobs. Like if you got to the point where you knew you were in a rough situation, you should have changed your life a effing year ago and you didn't, and now here you are, and now it's a miracle. Well, then you know what? You got saved because you have a purpose. So find your effing purpose. Be appreciative of what it is you have, okay? And move forward and get yourself out of that scenario. Don't put yourself in that scenario anymore. Don't hang out with that crowd anymore. Don't associate with certain things. I mean, if you love them, you love them. They're your boys, your yada yada. However your effing scenario it is. It really depends on how your scenario went down. So I'm trying to like give you like different type of scenarios. But if you're in that scenario where it shouldn't have happened, but it still happened, chances are you're living a life where you put yourself in that scenario, whether you were drinking or not that you asked for it, but like pick your life up, especially if you've been telling yourself for like the last year, a good year or so, like I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be in this situation anymore. I'm not growing. Like I'm just stagnant. Like this sucks. Like if you've been finding yourself in that scenario, then yeah, they mercied your ass. All right. So be appreciative of that. Find a new path, whether it's religion, no matter what it is, just whatever it is you believe in to pull yourself through this scenario. But don't be that person where a witness, yeah, a miracle happens and then 3 weeks later you haven't done nothing. You've said your prayers and you're appreciative, but you haven't gotten yourself out of certain scenarios. Then you know what, then shame on you. Next time around you're not going to be saved like that. That's how that works too. It really just depends on your scenario and how it went down. If you just happen to be like sometimes there is fluke shit, guys. Sometimes that's not part of anything, and there is such a thing as fluke shit, okay? But what happened to you, you probably had a mercy call and they saved you, okay? So because it just was not your time, all right? So but that also, so say you don't feel like you were on the wrong path. You were just at the wrong place at the wrong time and it happened and you were saved. So just appreciate it, okay? That still means there's bigger and better things for you. Still, you know what I'm saying? So it can go either way. You only know your scenario, okay? But anywhoosie, I hope you guys all have a fantastic night, okay? Fantastic night. Be safe, all right? Have a great weekend. Bye. If anyone's in that scenario, get yourself out of it because shit will get way too rough. You don't want to get to that point. Man, if they break you like that and you get rock bottom, you're stuck in rock bottom for a good 6 months to a year. So if you already know you're in a stagnant ass situation like that, get out of it, please. It's not worth it. Stop dilly-dallying and pull it together, okay? Make something of yourself and make you feel better. The more you strive and thrive for things, makes you feel better. It pumps your energy. It gets you going. Makes you feel like you're living again. Okay. So I love you guys. Have a fantastic night. Okay. And maybe I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe I won't be. I don't know. But there's plenty of videos for you guys to watch because energy goes out. You know what I'm saying? It goes out. It can go out weeks for somebody because I watch a video here and there when I have time, and then I can actually go back and watch it again not mine, but like who I watch, especially Alchemy and you know what I'm saying? Like, because in the moment you're like, oh, but if you actually go back and watch it a week later again, it's like, okay, this sounds familiar. Like, it's almost like one of those repetitive things too when you work. Sometimes it can be beneficial. Now, if I'm just doing a video and I'm shooting the shit and it's one of those days, I mean, I have all my videos should be very beneficial, guys, but like a video like this is more beneficial than, a video where I'm like, F this scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the videos are beneficial, but you know what I'm saying there. There's more videos that are way more beneficial. Like this one, for instance, is a beneficial video to rewatch a few days later. Okay. That type of thing. But how about you stop with the videos for the weekend too? You take a little bit of a break. I know I'm more than just like an average video. I'm a little entertaining, but that's the beauty. That's the beauty in our situation. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. When I start doing like seminars and stuff, I don't even know what I'm gonna do because I don't even have you guys to like look at and talk to and laugh back and smile. I'm gonna be on stage like, hi, um, like, I'm gonna have to get used to some shit, man. I am, but I'm still gonna be me. It's just it takes time to adjust. But anywho, I love you guys. Have a fantastic night. Okay. Have a fantastic, fantastic rest of your weekend if I'm not back till Monday. Okay. I'm gonna go have some fun with some friends, some much needed fun. I love it. I'm gonna go into the city too, so I'm gonna get all spiffy. I'm gonna get all glammed up. We're doing glam night. All right. Like we're hitting the spots where, you wanna hit. My friend calls it glam night. We were dying laughing. Where you get all dressed up and don't pretend you're going out and being sophisticated. Like don't be fake. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like we haven't done a night like that where, we can go to like a random bar and be that person, or we can go into a very high upscale bar and still be that person too. That's the nice thing about me and my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like we can change with the environment that we're in. It's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't done it in a long time, so I'm actually looking forward to it. I am. You gotta know people to get in certain places. Those are fun, but not yuppie. All right, where we go, these people, yeah, that they got money, things like that, or whatever the situation may be. But like, they're still down to earth people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know where to go, which is the nice part. It took us a long time, because we always bounce. But it's nice when you find those places where you go in and you feel the vibe and you mesh and it doesn't matter. It's all about the vibe, all right? That's what it's really all about, meshing with the environment. We haven't done it in a long time. In Boston, yeah, going into the city. So even on like the outskirts too. Got a couple things planned. It's nice. We're spending the night out. We rented a hotel, a nice suite. I don't know if I'll be able to look out the windows because I don't do heights, but we all needed a nice night like this. A nice surroundings, just like a very nice, clean, authentic, sophisticated. We just didn't like I said, I know it sounds horrible, but just not like the average bar. Like we work good in a dive bar too, okay? Like, but like just like what I'm trying to say. Just nice environment and you know that type of you know. Not to get our little eyes set on certain people or you guys know me anyway. It's not about that stuff. My friends are very low key like me too. We like the vibe. All right. But you too. All right. So I got lots to do tomorrow too. We're staying in the city for a little while, and then grocery shopping, laundry, that type of stuff. But I'm sure I'll be back. All right. I'm sure I'll be back. Crave you guys sometimes too. You know what I mean, jelly bean? So I'm gonna get all dolled up now. All right. And got wax on my table, guys. Sorry, the candle dripped or something. Must have been last night. I grabbed the candle. I've been sitting on for a while. I grabbed it quick, not thinking, and it kind of like splattered a little bit. I was like, oh shit. You know, it'd be really good for you guys, and I forgot real quick. If you go to like a chiropractor's office, I don't know how much they charge you. It's probably a decent price. You stick your hands in hot wax. Okay. It's really it's good for your hands. It's like healing too. And make sure you buy like the Epsom salt or something. Keep it in your sink and just use it as like a scrub too. You know, like put a little of the salt with just like your hand soap real quick, you know, or just water it up. Like I always do that. I'm telling you, for me, it's very rejuvenizing. All right, but the hot wax is great to do every once in a while. All right, you can literally walk into any chiropractic office and they all have them. All right, but that's my son. So I love you guys. Have a fantastic night, okay? Hi, Budsky. Hold on. Hi, buddy. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I didn't call you. You just called me.
Wait, what?
Hold up, Buttercup. I love you guys. Have it. What? Are you leaving me?
Yeah.
What?
Mommy.
Yeah.
Why can't I install Fortnite on your phone again?
We're not putting Fortnite on my phone.
Why?
All right. We're not doing this. Have fun at your friend's house. I love you.
All right.
Cutie tootie. Bye, Zach. Bye, bud. I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. What? Oh, look at. I can put these on. These things are awesome. Yeah, Epsom salt. I love the lavender one. You guys are very welcome. Very, very, very welcome. Go do something nice for yourself. That's another reason why, like, just gonna let it go. Because I feel like I'm not saying certain stuff right with my scenario. But, like, just enjoy yourselves. Do something nice for yourself. Pamper yourself. There's nice places out there and where you can mesh with people, you know. You'll find them. Go have fun. It's nice to, every once in a while, to indulge, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. It truly is, like, sometimes it can be very, like, just, like, uplifting. It's not, like, delusional, like, oh, I want to live this life. It's not like that for any of us. We go out and we appreciate what we have, and sometimes we spend a little extra money to enjoy the finer things in life every once in a while, and I'm telling you, it does a lot. It does a lot for, like, our energy. It's not about ego, or it's not about living a life like this. Because trust me, if I had money like that, I'm still not living that type of life on some of these upscale, icky places. Okay, like no, it's really about going out, feeling good about yourself, vibing with your scenario, taking care of yourselves, knowing you deserve certain things. But it's not. See, I'm not saying it right. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not okay. I feel like I'm not saying it right. I don't know why. Some of you are just not going to understand what I'm trying to say because I can feel it. But I think it's me. I'm just not explaining it right. You know, like, I don't know. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. Just nice to pamper yourself, nurture yourself. These places, it's the vibe. It's not, like, spending the money and pretending to be someone you're not. It's like, I can't even explain it. I just feel like I'm not saying it right. So weird. Can't even explain what it is I'm trying to say, and I know it would be beneficial for you guys. So it's like, that's why I keep trying to say it, but I can't. I can't figure it out. But anywho, some of you will understand, and some will be like, it's just court. It's just court. All right. I love you guys. Like, it's not about the finer things in life. don't know what I'm trying to say. It's so weird. Because it's not about having the finer things or being in that situation, that persona. It's the I know it's important for me to like say it. I don't know how to say it though. So bizarre. So bizarre. I'm done with it. Anywho, and take care of yourselves. Enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself every once in a while. You know, do things you don't normally do. You know, it's go vibe with different crowds. Go, you know what I'm saying? Just put your I don't know. Go not diversity, like I can't figure it out, and I'm sure I'm gonna hang up with you, and then it's gonna be like, oh, that damn word that I try to spit out. Different target different areas. Like I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like holy crap. What's my Veter sign? I'm a Cancer sun. And well, I got them all, like you all do. But Cancer sun, Taurus moon. I mean Taurus Venus, Cappy moon, Scorp rising. But I'm really with Sag energy, and it's not like the feisty. It's legitimately like even like materialistic ways. Very Sag. But I figured out why. I know it's because of the house that it's in. But yep, no expectations, any of that. Well, you can all have expectations, all right, but just the ones you kind of have are just kind of like you've had them for years. People change, okay? So those expectations are going to change, but the expectations should be yours. They shouldn't be put on somebody else. They're your expectations, all right? Not what you expect from other people. It's what you expect from yourself, and then it's how you get treated, okay? So, anywho, I wish I could just like not wish, but just delete the last 10 minutes because I can't think of the effing like words that I'm trying to get out for you guys. So frustrating. And it's like I'm stressing it because I know if I say that way the way I'm gonna say it, you're gonna be like, oh, now I understand what she's saying. It's gonna be one of those things. So, but whatever. I'm not gonna think about it because I got people like, you ready? You ready? No, I'm not. So I don't know if somebody else is scooping me up now, but we have a ride in anyway. We rented a nice, what do you call those? It's not even a party, but I never even heard it before. It's not like an Uber either. It's like this new thing. I'm so glad my friends love to plan. So glad I'm not the party planner. So I just go with it. Let you go. I love you guys so much. Have a fantastic night, okay? My intuition. I always use my intuition. Yeah, check a lot of signs. You're gonna be resonating with other ones, okay? But you probably wouldn't know that because you're not looking at them. But if you know your chat, you would know to look at other ones. But even then, it gets complicated. Anywho, I'm letting you go. Have a fantastic night. I love you guys so much. Bye. You know me. I keep going. I gotta go.